Hey everybody, welcome to Gerard Family Wreaths. Today I want to talk to you about our Whoville tree this year that we made. And we got a lot of hits on Facebook on it, and we just kind of wanted to go through and show you what we did. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a tutorial, but we will be happy to do one for you next year if you are interested in knowing how to put mesh and ribbon on your tree. So coming in here, starting at the bottom, we started with our base tree. It was a 7-foot pre-lit tree, and to add on our Whoville looking top, what we did was we just added on a teardrop swag. So we just twisted it on to the pre-existing tree that we had here, and we added on some white lights to kind of just flow with what was already on the tree. And then our next step that we did was we added on a 21-inch red and green check mesh, and we just did our poofs just like we do them on our wreaths, and we kind of just went a little crazy with it. So coming down to the bottom here, we just kind of went across, and then we went up, and we kind of went diagonal. And any spots that were open, we went in with our 10-inch red and white metallic stripe mesh. And we did our poofs just like we do them on our wreaths. And we just tied them in with the tree itself because they were bendable, so we were able to do that. Our next step that we did was we added on our ribbons. We have 2 different ribbons on this tree. So we found something that was kind of theme matched, and I just kind of wrapped them around, tied them in with the tree, and went back in. Some of these I tied in with the same ties that we did onto the mesh, and I left it kind of loose. So I went in deep with the ribbon into the inner part of the tree, and then came out really loosely with it, and then I just kind of let the tails fall. And then we went in with the other ribbon and just added a couple of accents going across. And then any other spaces that we had, so any greenery that we had exposed, is where we put on our ornaments. So we used 80 to 120 millimeter bulbs, and then we went in with our sprays, threw those in, and then on the end here we used our giant 200 millimeter red ornament, which made this top part so heavy that it was pushing up against our tree. So we did have to reinforce it with a command hook, and that is removable, so there is no holes in my ceiling. And then afterwards I went down with a fishing line in 2 separate areas. You can kind of see it here and here. And I just kind of reinforced it so that it was pulling away from the tree so that it wasn't sitting up against the tree. So just to kind of back up a little bit, show you a total overview of the tree once again. We're pretty happy with it. We think it turned out pretty good. We stuck with the greens and reds and pinks and blues, and threw in a couple of onion ornaments, a couple of giant sprays, threw in a couple of curly cues, and tried to fill it in as best we could. So next year, if you are interested in wanting to know how to do a mesh tree or a ribbon tree, I'd be happy to do a video for you. Hopefully you took something out of it, and I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas.